But do you think Gruden can coexist with his quarterbacks? Because you got this situation with Oakland now.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think Carr is his quarterback by the time he gets to Vegas.
This will be a big year, certainly. I'm not sold on that either. I mean, I think that's a very valid question. I do think he realizes that there are the skeptics out there, and it doesn't look great right now that, Khalil Mack is gone and Amari Cooper's gone, and okay, if he was going to get rid of Derek Carr, it would look like a total renegade type move where you're like, well, why did you even take the job if you were going to just dismantle the team this way? But I do think there's things he likes about Derek Carr as a player, physically, mentally, and I do think that was part of the reason he went there. I know Greg Olson, the offensive coordinator there, he was there originally when they drafted Derek Carr. I know he was a fan of that. So, I mean, he's going to do his best, but we know he can kind of be fickle with that position at times.
And you have 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And it feels like if you're taking a flyer on somebody,
right,
he would be the guy to take a flyer on Kyler Murray. If he's available when they have these, he could get him in the 20s, but do you think Kyler Murray is there 1 through 15?
Yes.
Or if I give you 6, you do.
Well, yeah. I mean, as far as do I think I'll take him, or you're saying
no? Do you think Kyler Murray is a top 15? Is he selected in the first 15 picks, or is it 16 on down?
I'm going to say it's 16 on down, but I haven't got into my draft eval yet, and we can certainly have this conversation when we get me out of the Super Bowl, and then I'll start to dive in. But certainly a first rounder. I do think that the size thing will be a little bit of an issue with some teams. And, it's going to be about evaluating the whole class at first and how many quarterbacks are really available or truly first-round prospects. I think that will affect whether it's top 15 or somewhere else. But anytime there's a short quarterback, I think John likes him. I just tell you that because John's a short guy and he's a quarterback. And
he loved Manziel.
He loved Manziel. Loved Russell Wilson when he came out. Loved Baker Mayfield.
Probably loved Flutie too.
I'm sure. And listen, Kyler Murray certainly is talented. I mean, he's got an arm that's a special arm. You see that he's a special talent as far as throwing the running the football. And size is a skill. Don't get me wrong, but size is not as important this day and age as it was let's say 80s and 90s football.
He's eventually going to have to win from the pocket,
right?
And that'll be the big question. But you have Russell Wilson, you have Breeze and Baker Mayfield. Let's take Breeze out of it,
yeah,
because he's that's something that we had never seen and may not see again,
right?
But Mayfield and Russell, certainly Mayfield, they play the position sort of how Kyler Murray is going to be playing that position, I'm guessing.
I think so. And I think, the one question I had about Baker Mayfield coming out in the draft was how would he play in the pocket? And he answered them pretty quickly with me. He's got a very special ability to dance around in the pocket and avoid rushers and also keep his eyes downfield. And the other reason, I say, it's different this day and age as compared to the old days with the quarterbacks, right? Of course, the rules are better for not hitting the quarterback, so you don't have to worry about a guy that's 5'11", maybe 205 pounds, getting smushed by Reggie White anymore or anything like that. But at the same time, I do think some of these smaller quarterbacks are farther along, or there's just so much football. It's flag football as you're growing up. It's 7-on-7 camps. It's going to, colleges to go to a camp to show to your skills, and you're doing 7-on-7 there. And I think that, they're just not as flustered with being in the pocket as maybe the smaller quarterbacks back in the day were.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.